Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we will be reviewing the highly anticipated Safari Ltd Megalosaurus. It's about time that this species made its appearance in Safari's prehistoric world range. And there really isn't a lot of Megalosaurus figures out there, which is shocking, especially since Megalosaurus was the first dinosaur to be given a name. The only other figures I can think of are the ones from Invicta, Collecte, and PNSO. But in my opinion, this Safari figure blows all those other ones out of the water, and I'll explain why later on in the review. First, let's do some measurements. From head to tail, this model is about 8.5 inches long and about 3 3/4 inches tall. So Megalosaurus was estimated to be around 6 to 8 meters, so this would be in the 129 to the 137 scale range. Starting off with the head sculpt, it looks really good. There is a little bit of shrink wrapping, but it's not that noticeable. And the skull is very Tyrannosaur-like, but not as robust, of course. And just look at how intricately sculpted the teeth are. They still look pointy, and it's still safe for kids to play with. Even with the addition of lips, look how nice the teeth look. Moving down the figure, there's the tiny leathery scales sculpted across the body. Thankfully, it's not exaggerated like some other Safari Ltd dinosaurs. Then we got the skin folds in the neck, the muscular arms with the 3 digits. The middle digit is a little bit longer than the other two. Then I like how the skin is pulling back with the left leg. The underbelly, there's some crocodilian-like scales, then all those labels. And then the lean but still muscular legs. Then there's 3 digits on each toes with some scales on them. The cloaca slit. And then the long tail. You may notice that the sculpting style is different than most of Safari's other theropods. Well, that's because they hired a new sculptor named Kieran. I'll leave his Twitter account in the link below if you want to check out more of his work. But he makes a lot of very nice animal sculpts, and this Megalosaurus is no exception. So hopefully from now on, he'll make more prehistoric animals for Safari. I'm going to be honest, I like this sculpt a lot more than Doug Watson's theropods. Not saying his work is bad at all, he still has some absolutely wonderful theropod figures like his Utahraptor and Baryonyx, but the sculpting on this is just superior in my opinion. Just the intricately sculpted scales, the skin folds, and especially the teeth and the lips just looks very lifelike. This is also made out of a durable rubbery material. The rubber used is similar to the material that's used for many Schleich and Mojo Fun dinosaurs. You can see that there's a little bit of bend to it, especially in the tip of the tail. And this looks like a tripod, especially with how the tail is pointing down. But, let me bring out my spinning table. This Megalosaurus actually perfectly balances on its 2 legs. I absolutely love the coloration on this. It's appealing and still looks natural at the same time. The main color is swampy green, and then there's a horizontal dark gray line that starts at the eye and goes down the shoulder. And then the dark gray is also on the striping that continues down the tail and is on the arms and the legs. The eye is yellow with a black round pupil. There's light gray on the bottom of the jaw and the tail, and red across the belly. Starting off with our comparisons, let's bring in the very few Megalosaurus figures. So we've got the pretty nice one from PNSO, but I do like the Safari version way more. It has lips and a more appealing color scheme. Regarding size, they're pretty much the same size. Maybe the Safari Megalosaurus is just a little bit bigger. Here we have the Collecte Megalosaurus, which in my opinion, it's not as bad as some people make it out to be, but it's not great either. The feet are a little oversized, and the pose is pretty static, and of course it's way too small. Next we have the Invicta Megalosaurus, and you can definitely see how much of our understanding of dinosaurs has changed over the years. We originally viewed them as these upright sluggish lizards, now we view them as these horizontal active reptiles. Lastly, for Megalosaurus, here is the stylized Mattel Jurassic World figure. Let's bring in another Megalosaurid, which is the Torvosaurus gurnii from Collecte. And these two actually have a similar coloration, especially with the red, the green, and the dark gray. And here is the Pianosaurus, which I believe is based off Torvosaurus tanneri. Here's the other Safari 2024 dinosaurs. The Megalosaurus is definitely the best of the four. The Austroraptor is also fantastic. Nanuqsaurus? It's alright, but the feather detail is pretty lackluster, and I really hate that tripod pose. Saltosaurus is pretty good, though I'm not a fan of its pink color scheme. So while this isn't their biggest or most diverse lineup, at least they're adding new species and more remakes of the retired Carnegie figures. Now let's do some random models. Here's the Safari Ltd Iguanodon, which is the second dinosaur to be given a name. The Safari Ltd Baryonyx, a nice theropod figure, and another British dinosaur like Iguanodon and Megalosaurus. And here we have the magnificent Safari Utahraptor. Next we have the Howlungood Concavinator, the Pianosaurus Spinosaurus, and the Eofauna Tyrannosaurus. Last but not least, here is the Collectae Deluxe Xiphactinus. Well, there you have it everyone. That was my review on the Safari Ltd 2024 Megalosaurus. I absolutely love this figure. It's spectacular. The paint job is natural and appealing, great detailing, nice rubbery material, and it stands on its own 2 feet. If you're looking for a definitive figure of the first named dinosaur, Safari's figure is the way to go, and it's my personal favorite Safari Ltd dinosaur. If you want one for yourself, you can get it off of Safari's website. I'll leave a link down below in the description. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below, like and subscribe. It really supports my channel. And I will see you all in the next video.